What's the easiest choice you can make? Window instead of middle seat? Picking a vendor who sends a great gift basket? Outsourcing business tasks you hate? What about selling with Shopify? Whether you're selling a little or a lot, Shopify helps you do your thing, however you cha-ching. Shopify is the global commerce platform that helps you sell at every stage of your business. From the launch your online shop stage to the first real-life store stage, all the way to the did we just hit a million orders stage. Shopify's there to help you grow. Whether you're selling scented soap or offering outdoor outfits, Shopify helps you sell. Wherever and whatever you're selling, Shopify's got you covered. Sign up for a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/try. Go to shopify.com/try now to grow your business, no matter what stage you're in. Shopify.com/try.
Hashtag no music, no intro. Another episode, a fully packed, lot to catch up episode of the Saints Block Party podcast. Thank y'all for just sticking with us during this very long off season. Before we get to any Saints stuff, if you are watching this on YouTube, please like and subscribe.
Sorry.
We got politics going on, primaries going on. You got the primary in Missouri. Just had to clarify that he wasn't with the KKK. He was just an honorary member of the KKK.
Honorary, man. Hey, I wouldn't actually be a member now.
Bro, that does not tell you the fucking state of this country during Black History Month, bro. Just got one more day. Just holding on to it.
Hey, it's a leap day. It's a leap day, man.
Anyhow, before we get to the Saints, we have a lot to cover, but it's a compact episode. First, I want to start and just give love to our guy, Daniel Harper, who has been such a fixture of the international scene for Saints fandom. Him and Mike do the Saints City and Me podcast, which is an affiliate podcast, to our podcast, Saints Block Party podcast. And the Saints announced their international fan of the year.
Something like that.
All I'll say is there is not an international fan of the year for the Saints that is not Daniel Harper. Daniel Harper goes above and beyond. This man has the best man cave for the Saints, domestic, international. He has grown the Saints fan base and has become like a liaison and a spokesperson for building the Saints brand. Him and Mike have come over to New Orleans almost nearly as much as I have in my entire life. So
much as I have.
Right.
In New Orleans more than me. I'm from there.
For him not to be named or announced international fan of the year for the Saints is a travesty. If by him and Mike being any way affiliated with us is potentially the reason why they were not selected is complete fucking bullshit. But I wanted to say from the bottom of my heart, Dan's been through some rough times lately, but just know that we love you. We love you guys. We love you. We know how an amazing diehard fan that you are. And if you're not the Saints quote unquote international fan of the year, you are our fucking international fan of the decade. So don't let it get you down, bro. We know what's real. We know how down to truth the earth you are. So I just wanted to get that shit out and foremost. And then our niggas turning, I don't know what, 45, 47, just fine.
42,
Shout out to my dude Ryan, who is turning 42 tomorrow, March 1st, Pisces season. I don't know why I don't even know why I made that face. I don't know nothing about fucking horoscopes or astrology.
Water business, baby. Water business.
Nah, bro. You can't come out talking about water benders when you ain't watched the cartoon and the animated series, Ryan. You can't.
Just dipping my toe in, bro. Just dip my toe in.
But Truly, man. Happy birthday tomorrow. Happy another 365 around the sun.
Appreciate it, bro.
Enjoy your day, man. And you're like family, and we've been knowing each other for a long time. We've been doing this shit. We're approaching our what 4 year
Mm-hmm.
4 years in
It's
April,
crazy.
but insane. But happy birthday. Hope you and Bree have I know shit's storming, but regardless, enjoy it, man. It's a blessing just to see
Appreciate it,
another
bro.
year.
Blessing, man. Blessing, bro. I'm thankful as hell, man. Just to be alive, feeling good. Had some little health scares this past year, whatever. And
Yeah, nigga, I
I
was
feel
right. I was
you was
right
there.
there,
Yeah.
nigga.
I feel better before that than I feel better now than I did before all that. So I feel good, man. It's a blessing. Got the podcast, got a lot of people that love me, care about me, beautiful wife. I'm happy, bro. So I'm not complaining at all, man. At all.
We have a lot to be thankful for. I don't even know where to even kind of jump in. We have a lot to cover. I think let's start with like kind
Whew.
of the big news. Big-ish, but if you really listen to this podcast, it's not really big because I've been really hinting at this whole Marcus May getting released thing for like months now, bro.
Months, bro.
I've
Months.
been on it, bro. I've been on it. But the guy that's on Twitter who just like aggregates everything, who's been blocked for years. I don't even know. I don't even know who originally reported it.
I think somebody from was it Ari? The Ari
Yeah,
dude? I don't know.
but I don't think he actually like reported it. He just like aggregated. I don't. Anyhow, Marcus May. It's reported that he will be released for the Saints. It's something that I've been kind of on top of for the last couple of months because I was told verbatim, like the team was almost ecstatic when he got suspended, bro. Just like, ooh, yes, because all that money, all that guaranteed money, all that voids, and it makes it a lot easier to cut a player who maybe was not playing well, not playing expectation, and this is such a cautionary tale. Right, I still remember us recording our episode when they didn't bring back Marcus Williams, they diverted and they signed Marcus May, and this is just a cautionary tale of how like self scouting is such an important thing because Marcus Williams went off the team and the defense completely changed because you no longer had that true center fielder, and you thought that you could just replace Marcus Williams with a player kind of similar money. You let Marcus Williams go for $1 million, and then the player that you brought in, who was also coming off injury and also coming off like a DUI, mind you,
I know.
did not live up to expectation, and you shelled out that money and luck. And I guess for the team's sake, he got suspended, and it kind of alleviates them a little bit because it's an easier cut to make. But self-scouting, man, self-scouting is crucial.
What's amazing about it is it was like a repeat of the whole Malcolm Jenkins thing. Like, even though they went out and got Jarvis Bird, they felt like Bird was an upgrade to Malcolm Jenkins at the time. And look, a lot of us did too. Like, we was happy for Bird. You know what I'm saying?
Happy.
But they at least even Sean Payton was readily to admit afterwards, like, man, we goofed. We goofed. We shouldn't have let Malcolm Jenkins go. He went on to the Eagles and really elevated and became like a true, Pro Bowl level, all pro type level safety. And when the Saints had a chance to bring him back, they did. They paid him money, no problem. And, retired a Saint. And they just did the same thing with Marcus Williams. You know what I'm saying? It was the same thing. You had a true rangy, which type of safeties that they don't come out of college like that
so
much
hard
anymore.
To find,
you know what I'm saying?
Ryan.
Hard to find, bro. And they just, over what, $1-2 million? Just think they would have kept him. They could have went out and drafted or found like a strong safety or something like that. And that, you had a nice little thing, but nope.
Let me throw this one at you. How could you imagine if? And it's crazy because Marcus Williams still has like in his first season with the Ravens, he still has like more interception and more impact plays than like Marcus May has ever had with the Saints. But imagine they had just kept Marcus Williams, and then instead of drafting Trevor Penning, they had drafted Cal Hamilton and Chris Olave and Cal Hamilton that draft.
That changes perspective, doesn't it? That
Yes.
changes perspective a lot.
Here's the crazy thing. I'm not even 100% like, I don't think it's out the realm of the possibility if Marcus Williams is a casualty for the Ravens. They might like, you know what, let bygones be bygones and bring him back. It is not out of the realm of the possibility for that to happen.
But like our boy brought up in our Discord, Demon Time, he's like, that'd be admitting a mistake from DA and Mickey's. And do they have it in them to say
the gumption
to be like, yeah, we goofed? I don't know. Sean Payton did. I don't know if they got
it. I mean, to a degree, aren't they already doing that with Trevor Penning? Whether they're wrong or right?
That's true.
We'll see. Let's go, but let's deviate. Let's talk about these report cards, these NFLPA report cards that came out. So this is what the second year that they've started to do this, and I love it. Right? I also find it like hilarious that like the Chiefs have like Fs, like kind of like the worst owner. I know Clark Hunt, like, we got Patrick Mahomes. Y'all can shut the fuck up. Like, shut up. I don't care. Don't care. That said, there are some things that the Saints got graded on that just stood out to me. So the fact that Dennis Allen, I believe, was like 29th. Like, so these are player grades. These are the PA. These are players. Players, not us who have a podcast, not talking heads, players on their respective teams, or maybe even former players. But the Saints, Dennis Allen was 29th overall out of 32 NFL coaches. The three coaches that had worse grades than him was Josh McDaniels, Arthur Smith, and I'm blanking on one. Ron Rivera.
Nope. So he was the lowest graded activate coach.
Yes. That man 24 and 46. Okay.
Oh Lord.
That is just hilarious to me, and I don't want to feel like we're just beating this horse senseless. But the thing that stood out to me, and shout out to our girl D who brought it up and on Twitter when it came out, is that how are you the New Orleans Saints? You are in the South. Hospitality should be your first thing that gets checked. How is your communication with like the families of the players where it is right now? I got to pull up the actual grade. It was maybe a D, and like some of the things that kind of came out in regards to like why it like the grade was low. It's what happened to Southern hospitality? Like, where is the Southern hospitality?
And unfortunately, it's like a new thing they're doing, so we can't like look historically how it was. But I know years past, like under Sean Payton, I remember players would comment often how well family was treated and how, it made time for family to come during practice, made time after games and all that stuff. Always took care of the family, logistics and all that stuff. So I can't say
not the logistics.
The logistics of the situation. So I can't say whether it's gotten worse or better, but just seeing that, man, it's like come on, man, we could do better than that, bro. Especially with stuff that's fixable stuff. Like that's easily fixable stuff,
Like that's in their control.
That doesn't cost millions of dollars. It don't that's easy stuff.
That's just it's effort. Like if you scattered a prospect, like you look and see like is this player trying, right? Like that's the thing. Is this player trying? It's like if you're low in that area, it's like are y'all trying?
Are you trying? Just like they do with the Microsoft Surface, how they track them to see, who watches tape on the weekend and all that stuff. Same thing. Like, are you trying?
Simple as that. And that is that's something that just stood out and just
he was on that one. You was on
my
that
bra,
one.
bruh. Because it feels like it sends the wrong. It sends just where are your priorities? Where are your priorities? And I know that people hate the Cowboys, and rightfully so, but they got graded like an A+ in how the Cowboys treat players' families. There's a reason why. There's a reason why players who play for the Cowboys love playing for the Cowboys. It's shit like that. And that shit matters to players. Hey, what is the situation if my family's here at a game? Like, where are they gonna be after the game? When the game's over, and I want to hug my wife and hug my daughter, hug my son, hug my kid, whatever. Like, and if those logistics aren't figured out, then what are we doing? You're a multi-billion-dollar company.
Yeah.
Now, shit. I remember when AT&T in Lubbock first opened. That was like a prime job in Lubbock. If you got a job at AT&T, they were paying like $19, $20 an hour. I'm not making any of this up. And that came with childcare. Drop kids off. They had childcare there. You go work, pick them up at them. You telling me you a multi-billion-dollar company and you can't provide childcare, bro? It don't make sense to me.
Hey, at least Chargers charging a fee. The Chargers said, "Man, you got to pay up. We want us to watch
you. You want me to watch these Rugrats? No. With Jim Harbaugh, brother, he about to be baptizing babies as soon as they go through, bro. Just dipping them. You're now Catholic.
But I will say this though, like the Saints do pay attention to that stuff, like because they got the poor grade on the food, on the dietary and food last year. They renovating the whole damn cafeteria, knocking it down, moving training camp because of it, and all that. So they do pay attention to it. So I'm sure they will try to rectify this, And I like that the NFLPA is doing that. You know what I'm saying?
I love it, bro.
I wish every company did stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I know companies do surveys, but they don't pay attention to that stuff. You know what I'm saying? But like a real good survey that goes out to the public and gets the public involved and gives that clarity on things. I like that.
No, I do too. Perfect example, and like because of what I do, like I guess because we're government employees, like our salaries are not like our salaries are like public. Like someone could like literally go and like see like it's public information. Don't go and look. It's not that impressive, guys. I guarantee you. Or you may look at it as impressive, but then you also don't account for the fact that I live in California and the taxes.
California taxes, like shit. Los Angeles. Yeah.
They took like 15,000 out last year, bro. Just hurt my heart.
Just California, or just everything?
That was everything. Oh, California alone was like 12K.
Damn. Yes. Maybe y'all should just secede, bro. Just become your own little country. May as well. Shit.
Civil War about to drop, bro. That movie about to drop soon. Wait. I get a look of what that shit look like.
Wait.
Restructures are still happening, and I don't think there's anything, I don't know, like hugely that we need to hit on regarding the restructures. It's just kind of business as usual. But something that did happen that did kind of make some waves was the hiring of former Raiders and who also worked for the Patriots, David, is it Ziegler? Ziegler. So he was a former GM of the Raiders for like the last 2 seasons. He is hired on in kind of like an advisory role to the Saints. And I know like it initially, like it was like, oh cool, fresh eyes, blah 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 blah. You go back and watch Jeff Ireland fresher at the combine.
I don't know. I'm not an expert body language reader, but I don't know. Something was interesting about that to me. Very interesting.
What is your take on having him be this advisory role added to the team?
I mean, it seems like
you're okay. Well, I can't say that. I can't sing that no more.
Oh no.
Oh,
Like
no.
it seems like Mickey Loomis just wants another set of eyes, but I think his trust in Ireland is wavering for whatever reason, whether that's deservingly or not. But I think his trust is wavering, and he wants another set of eyes in there. And I also think, I think it's an audition. You know what I'm saying? Just an audition. Because remember when Ireland came in, it wasn't like Ireland was just handed the keys to the assistant GM role. He just kind of came in, get your feet wet, see what we like, da 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 da, and then eventually they gave him more responsibility, and and now he's over the entire draft or whatever. So it's interesting, and you just know how these NFL front offices work, bro. Like they could be cool, they could be buddy, they know each other and stuff like that, but when it come to their jobs, bro, it's just like anybody else's job. Like hey, this mine. Hey, don't be looking over my shoulder, bro.
Whoa.
I do this. You know what I'm saying? It's very, very much about protecting your power, protecting your desk.
Your desk, as you said, man.
So it's interesting. It's something fascinating to me. I like the idea of bringing other people in to put their eyes in, but it also adds just a little stink into the whole stew. You know what I'm saying?
And the funny thing is, if there's an organizational, I don't even know how to word it. Like loss of faith in Jeff Ireland. The thing that's so interesting and funny to me is that I get the sense that the person that's making the final decisions in the draft room is Mickey Loomis. So like, if you're ultimately making those final decisions and those picks aren't working out, and let's say hypothetically, like the board is shaped a certain way, and Jeff Ireland has shaped the board a certain way, and there's players that are ranked blah blah blah, and if those players potentially aren't being selected, and now like everyone's like looking at like Jeff Ireland like he's the one who like, but if Mickey Loomis like it seems kind of scapegoat. Is Jeff Ireland about to be a scapegoat in this bitch? I don't know, bro. I don't know. Anyway, it's interesting. I will just say it is interesting to see how it will unfold. I will say this to like as a positive from it. I think that having a different voice that maybe has not been in the continuum of what has been like the Saints front office for such a long time, and just having someone who's just new, and maybe cannot be a yes man or maybe have a different opinion. I do think that perspective is important. But also like, do we just want to be the Raiders? Like we just like have this infatuation with the Raiders, bro. Like they went on this tangent. Oh, we monitor ourselves after the Steelers. Well, we really feel like we're the Raiders right now. Like
I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you. And another funny thing about that whole thing is like, man, he's part of the crew that got rid of Carr. Like, so I wonder how Carr feel right now. Like,
you know what's great though? Like we brought up this perspective. I would love if Dave Ziegler was like, listen, I think we might be able to go up and get Jaden. Like, just change franchise. Like, I don't know, bro. But I think we talked about the possibility of them drafting a quarterback in round one, and I still don't believe it. Like, I don't believe it, man. I just don't believe it.
I don't.
But I will say that I do not think it's impossible. That's it. I'm not. I have to see. I gotta see it.
I gotta see it. Like it hasn't happened since Archie Manning, so I gotta see it. The first, not will they draft a quarterback? I could believe it, but in the first round,
yeah,
you just I will fall on the floor on the pie. If we live streaming or if we at the draft party or whatever, I will fall on the ground if they do something like that.
You talk about content For us,
just,
bro.
Just like an old lady in church, bro.
Yeah.
I don't care who it is. He be Bo Nix. I just,
Don't put that out there like that. Don't do it. Do it.
I'm in, bro. I don't care who it is, bro.
Now the thing that would just set the entire draft party live stream off. You just that Florida league just come up at 3, bro. Like, see the
boy, everybody's standing up. You hear me? Everybody's standing up.
But hold tight as shit, bro.
Tight. I would love it.
Listen, if they go up and get one of the 3, and I haven't even watched enough Drake May to really have a solid opinion on him. But at this point, bro, they just the fortitude to finally say we are serious.
Yeah.
Like, yes, we have Derek Carr for one more season. If it's Jaden, Jaden Daniels, whoever, then that player doesn't even have to come in and feel rushed to start right away.
Right. Yeah.
Now you go on them practices and training camps, and they looking like, because I could easily see it, bro.
Also, we know Derek Carr like to miss a half or two when things ain't going in his favor. He go,
Hey y'all, Darius Rucker here. A lot of people ask me, what inspires your music? And one of the big things is a strong sense of place. That's why I love my home state of South Carolina and want to share the awesome things it has to offer. From the beautiful mountains down to the sunny coast, it's got it all. Not to mention 2 of my personal favorites, great golf and amazing food. Come see why I love this place. Visit discoversouthcarolina.com.
Now, it's different when Jameis coming in. You put a Jaden Daniels in that bitch with Chris Olave.
He leaving the field, huh? He leaving.
Bro. It would just, oh man, it would be such a fascinating thing, and also like run us the content. Combine week.
Oh yeah.
We had the interviews with the players, the interviews with head coaches. A goal for the podcast next year is to be at the combine. We will figure. Hope, and I said this in the Discord. Like, I just want to, like, if the season don't go well, bro, I just want to be like, just Dirk grilling them, bro. But it might not. At that point, it might not be DA, bro. It might be a whole new coach, and I might not even have to come up as hard, bro. Might be a nice, like, just there's hope, bro. Just like I that is a goal for us next year is to be at the combine. But Dennis Allen was asked questions. He did like a little presser. He hit on a various amount of topics from like the Clint Kubiak offense. Some I don't know. It felt like nothing was really said about Marshawn Lattimore. Honestly, like it was just like whatever.
Nothing to speak. Yeah.
What were your kind of like your biggest things and what have you when DA was talking at the combine?
Just from memory, it sounds like, he sounds all in on the Kubiak style system. Very much the run, especially the run game. Just what he's looking for. They did say that Kamara I came in and met with the team or whatever, met with the new offensive staff or whatever. So, and he's like locked in and he's ready to go. That's like a positive to hear. So it's going to be interesting, bro. Like, it's going to be interesting, like we've been saying on this podcast, what the Clint Kubiak offense will be. A lot of people assume it's going to be the 49ers Shanahan offense. I'm 100% sure he's going to take some things from that offense. How much we'll see, and you can't just take things from the offense because the tape is out there. Everybody will be taking things from the Kyle Shanahan offense if they just could. You have to develop that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Over time, Kyle Shanahan has developed that stuff over years and years, going back to, the Broncos days and the Texans days and the Washington days and all that stuff. So it's going to be interesting to see what the Kyle Kubiak branch of offense looks like. And from DA's perspective, it sounds like he's really feeling like the Gary Kubiak offense is coming through Clint Kubiak. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like he even talked about, like, man, he expect Gary to be coming through every now and then just to, if you need to call him up. I'm like, man, chill out, man. Let Kubiak run his thing, man. You got to call Pops up in here, but I get it. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But other than that, it wasn't much. Like the Lattimore thing was interesting because he basically just said, yeah, Lattimore is a part of the Saints football team. That's it. It's like it was nothing notable from that. It's like it sounded exactly what you're supposed to say when you're intending on trading a player, but you don't want to say it. You know what I'm saying?
Kind of like the Pete Carroll, maybe, the Pete Carroll, like the Pete Carroll with Russell was like we intend for Russell. I don't remember exactly what the wording was exactly, but it was like
you try not to lie, but you know.
Just something I will say though, and I've been thinking about this because everyone's kind of like tying a left tackle pick to the Saints in the draft, and even I think Jeff Ireland kind of commented on how there's good left tackles in this draft, and I don't know if this is something that will play largely a factor into things, but I'm going to read you the starting five of the San Francisco 49ers offensive line this past season. Left tackle, Trent Williams. Left guard, Aaron Banks. Center, Jake Brendel. Right guard, Spencer Buford. Right tackle, Colton McClevitz. And then at times, John Feliciano actually took over for Aaron Banks at guard. What is the theme of that offensive line, Ryan?
No idea.
There's only one first rounder selected on that offensive line, and it's no surprise that the one first rounder is at left tackle. But I think the point I'm trying to make is because there's so many unknowns, the 49ers offensive line was able to be successful and played largely well throughout the season with almost like kind of just like, I won't say call them Jags because that's kind of like a little disrespectful, but like maybe borderline like average NFL starters.
Right.
And I wonder if any of that plays a factor into like war rooms going on. There is a left tackle, or not everyone, but a lot of people are mocking J.C. Latham, tackle from Alabama to the Saints, whatever. But maybe what does it go back to though? Self-scouting. That's why it's so crucial. Maybe Clint Kubiak sees the talent on the offensive line. He's like, no, we don't need. No, we good. Like, we don't need another lineman. Like, we good. Or if we do need a lineman, we can get them later in the draft. We don't need one in the first round. But just thinking about that, and I was actually trying to pull up like the Gary Kubiak Texans teams that he coached to see how what was like that talent, offensive line wise. But it's just very something to maybe just take note of. It may mean nothing. It may mean nothing. But the Niners has shown that they can coach the offensive line talent up where they don't need premium picks at that position for the offensive line to be successful.
Right, exactly.
Go ahead. No, and I think that's important to just be mindful of.
Yeah, and it comes down to having, find the right players that fit what they want to do and being able to teach what they want to do.
There it is.
So it's going to be, we don't know until how they view the players that are on the roster. You know what I'm saying? And I do expect them to make some moves and maybe sign a player or two in free agency, maybe bring back Pete. But like I said, man, I just think it would be a mistake to go into this draft with offensive tackle as a must.
It's a must.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's a must address because you're just going to go and draft a player just out of need. And man, it just, I mean, yeah, it works sometime, but man, you just open yourself up for a lot of mistakes, bro. So I'm hoping that they're able to kind of figure it out, because I think there is enough talent on this offensive line that you can make happen. Because they did talk about, Ramczyk, he did, go get his little knee checked up or worked out and stuff like that. So it's looking positive right now. We'll see. I mean, look, Ram ain't never going to be the all-pro Ram that he was a couple years ago. That's gone. But, man, he's still, like, when he plays, when he's, healthy-ish, when he plays, he's still a good right tackle. You know what I'm saying? So
absolutely. Yeah. And there's games where he does for like a minute look like old Ram.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just going through these Texans teams that Gary Kubiak coached, and the only first rounder that they picked on the offensive line that I'm at the 2010 Texans, and Gary Kubiak coached starting in 2006. The only first round that they drafted was Dwayne Brown.
Wow.
The rest are just guys, bro. Like just guys. So anyway, maybe they look at it as that the scheme that they run helps the offensive line men. Anyhow, let's close out. Like I said, this is a compact show. Let's close out. We're talking about the combine. The big guys, the defensive line, defensive tackles ran today. You had Latu, you had Dallas Turner, Chomp Robinson, Jarrett Verse, all of them ran. I mean, I got to watch more, and I just haven't had time, and I do intend to watch more. But at this point, man, it's like if we're not training up for a quarterback, and if we're not drafting Brock Bowers at 14, if you just get me, and I think probably Dallas Turner has more than likely exceeded, he's not going to be there at 14. It's just
probably not. Man.
It's not going to happen after a combine like that. But if you could give me Latu or Dallas Turner at 14, man,
good,
bro. I'm good.
Good, man. Good, bro. Like, I understand the fears with Latu. I tweeted about today, and everybody was just like, man, but that medical. I'm like, man, let them worry about that shit.
It's like they have drafted players with medical issues that you could even see the talent, bro. You'd be like,
right, yeah, exactly.
But at least with it jumps off the screen.
Look, DJ said himself, he's the most skilled pass rusher in this draft. Skilled pass rusher, not just all the athletics, which he has the athletic traits and all that stuff that meets the Saints prototype. He has the skills, the hand usage, the dip and grip and all that stuff. He got the hunger, the tenacity and stuff like that.
He's a dog, bro.
Gimme. I mean, I know when I watch these players, especially pass rushers, and it doesn't work every time, but usually the ones you see it so quick. Like the ones that are good, you just see it so quick, bro. Like remember was it Jalen Phillips?
Bro, I was just about to say it, bro. Scott Wright was like, you guys, he just gave us the name, bro. And
this is
why Scott was so great, bro. And I was like, no. We both went and kind of watched him at the same time, not purposely, and we were both like, oh shit. It was just apparent, bro. It just leaped off the screen. And with Latu, to me, it's funny because that is my I know DJ compared him to Trey Hendrickson. I want to give us some little credit being able. I was in that almost 2.5, 3 hour pre-combine presser, that conference that DJ did. Also, I want to give some props to DJ, bro. That man was just.
Bruh.
This man was just 2.5, 3 hours just straight, bro. Just impressive. But the fact that I was able to ask him a question and kind of represent the podcast, and that was my question. And Ryan in our Discord said I was trying to put the Saints on blast, but I wasn't. I was just saying this. They have drafted edges that have not worked. Foskey, Peyton Turner, Marcus Davenport, and I know the jury's still out in Foskey, but they have not worked. And basically I was like, if Latu hypothetically was the pick, could he buck the trend? And DJ said it so perfectly. If you haven't seen that clip on social media, he said, they drafted guys, trait-based guys. All those guys were trait-based. And he said Latu is just he's not like, you see it with Latu. Like, it's not like he has the traits, like, but like he has the other stuff to back it up. That said, Dallas Turner is for sure my number one edge in this draft, and it's not happening, bro.
It's not happening, bro. But I don't know, because with the quarterbacks and the offensive tackles, I don't know, but he's not gonna be there. He's not gonna be there.
He like, my comparison for him as a player is like Will Anderson was Will Anderson last year, and Dallas Turner is like Nordstrom Rack Will Anderson. Right?
Oh yeah.
I don't think he's not as good or as great as a prospect that Will Anderson was, but he's like Nordstrom Rack, where you're like, shit, that's still a great deal on fucking something that's luxury.
Right.
And anyway, but I know people keep coming at you about the Jarrett verse, and I haven't watched Chomp Robinson to have an opinion on him, but there's pass rushers in this draft, man.
Yeah, they are. And I don't hate Jared Verse. He's not on my do not draft list. Close to it, but he's not on it. And he really, like, when I first watched him, I said, man, he looked like a Saints. He just looked like somebody in the Saints draft. Because he has production. That's no question. He has production.
Nine sacks in each of his last 2 seasons.
Yep. He's going to meet their athletic profile. And he's not a bad player. Like, he's not a bad player. But it's just the things that, me personally, that I look for in a pass rusher, some of those little pet peeves I saw with him. You know what I'm saying? It's like sometimes he just kind of, as the play's still going on, he just kind of like, what's going on over there? You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not really trying to get in it. That tenacity I like to see. Gets blocked, he can get stuck on blocks a little bit, stuff like that. That doesn't mean he won't be a good player, a good pass rusher. It's just some things, my personal taste, I'm just kind of like, I don't love it. But I wouldn't hate if they drafted him. I wouldn't be like mad or nothing like that. And Chop, I need to watch more of him, but I remember when I did watch him, I just quickly noted that I love his playing style, his playing tenacity. Didn't have a ton of production. So that's like, I would have to watch more to figure out why. Like, was it his playing strength? Was it where they used him? I don't know. But I just know when I did see him, I liked the way he moved. I liked the way he played, stuff like that. So we'll see, bro. It's just going to be something that I could see Bowers and Latu sitting right there at 14 when the Saints are up, bro.
No.
And the Saints going to do something else.
No.
I can see it, man. I can see it.
Not during Black History Month, Ryan. And they're not even black. I just said no. I think with the verse, I really feel like it's kind of like I feel like Usher, like, you remind me of a girl that like, it just feels too, I don't know.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. It's too on the nose, bro. Too on the nose.
Anyway, we were wrapping this up. I wanted to touch base with Ryan, his thoughts with how the whole Caleb Williams situation is playing out, because I think it's absolutely fascinating.
Man, no, let's talk about it. Fuck that. Let's talk about that shit.
It is. I love how he is controlling his narrative.
I love it, bro.
I love it.
I love it.
NFL can't fucking stand it.
Man, you know they can't stand it, bro. You know they can't stand it.
Also, like, Marvin Harrison Jr. has pretty much said, like, he might not even run the 40 all pre-draft. And you know what?
Why?
Why should either of them do anything?
Put the tape on. Period. But Caleb take it to a new level. He said, I ain't even giving you all my medicals.
I ain't gonna be poking and prodding on me.
Nope.
If you're the, I don't know, I'm trying to think of a team that's picking low in the draft. Like, if you're picking 2025, why no. I done gave y'all 3.5 years, And if you're serious, and if you're serious about drafting me, and you're the range where you could draft me, you can meet with me, you can set something up with me, and we provide you your medicals at that point. But before then, kick rocks. Bruh, them white owners are fucking steamed at this shit right
now. Up in these Negroes, get this up. You don't love football, don't you? You don't love it.
We could talk about, you're saying in our Discord, like him not having an agent is probably maybe detrimental, because this is even different from Lamar, because Lamar was utilizing his mom. His mom worked for Goldman Sachs. Shout out to the person in our Discord. So like
people's acting like she just some little lady sitting at home, like lady sharp, bro. Chill out,
It's because she was a black woman, bro. That's
it.
all
you already know.
It was.
You already
all
know.
It was. I wonder if the Caleb thing, and I said this in our Discord, if the only team that really affects right now is the Bears, because if it don't affect the Bears, it don't matter.
It don't matter.
But if it does affect the Bears, and then the question is like, how many other potential teams could it perturb that much? And I get a sense that for whatever reason that the NFL or like teams in the NFL are not in love or sold on Caleb.
Mm-hmm.
That's the general consensus, even coming out of the combine. And I'm like, well, I know one coach that does love him and it is sold on him, and he coaches in Denver. So it's like y'all gonna be that dumb, but then potentially like if he drops to like 2 or 3, and Sean like, hello, I'll give you 2 2s and Patrick Surtain. Like,
man,
I don't know. It's gonna be fascinating.
Fascinating.
I love it too. Don't let us fuck up though. Could you? Wouldn't that be some shit? We talking about Jaden Daniels. We talking about Drake Maye. Could you imagine if like Caleb fell to like 3 or 4, and then the Florida League pop up?
Ooh. Football guys don't love us like that, bro.
Bro, I don't drink to the level of I don't ever really drink to the level of getting drunk. It just doesn't happen ever. Like I can't even tell you the last time I was. I know for sure that night on the meetup, watermelon margaritas for everybody.
So what?
Be a writer writing that shit off. We got Caleb, goddammit. Anyway. Thank y'all for just the support. It's like I said, we know it's dead. It's going to pick up a little bit with the combine, and then it's in March is tomorrow, and now we're a couple of weeks from free agency, and I know that the Saints aren't going to be heavy spenders. They're not going to be shopping at whatever, but even just free agency, it comes with like a little excitement. There's going to be I'm sure there's going to be some trades that happens that no one sees around the league, and just that's the shit. Like, give me that, run me all that chaos. And now I can say that. I said that one time in the past, and then I stopped saying it because I didn't want that shit to happen again. Said that right the day before Jimmy. I tweeted it, Ryan. You remember I tweeted it. I said, give me chaos in free agency, and the Saints said, bet. Now
I want it.
I don't care.
Want it.
Give me every little bit of chaos. I really don't want Marshawn to be traded, to be fair, though. But everything else, chaos. Anyway, thank y'all for the support. Happy birthday to my dude, Ryan. If you're listening, you hear this, make sure you give him some love tomorrow on his birthday or whenever you do listen to this. We'll be back probably more than likely next week. We're probably not going to do a live show because it is Ryan's birthday weekend. But we appreciate y'all for just hanging in there and just being dope people and just supporting us. And we can't express how much that it truly means to us. Last thing, I will work on figuring out how we will start doing the RSVP for the draft party in New Orleans on the 25th of April. We don't know if I don't know what I'm going to use. Eventbrite doesn't work anymore. I guess you can only do so many events through Eventbrite until you start having to pay for it. So, so we'll find out what we will do in terms of getting the RSVP, but being that it is almost March, tomorrow we will start putting that out so we can start getting a head count of how many people are going to be at the draft party in New Orleans on the 25th. But thank y'all so much. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. We'll be back next week. More combine, more happenings around the league, things with the Saints, anything, everything. We got you guys covered. With that, we're out.
Peace.